Hey, this is Jamia. Today I will be making a coil vessel with my 4th and 5th grade students out of air dry clay. And this is a project that I've done with younger kids, even as young as kindergarten. I think I've done this with Play-Doh, but usually in 1st, 2nd grade I've done it. This project works for all ages, and depending on the age level, you can kind of, up the ante with the creativity and take this simple idea of the coiling but get extra creative with it. So I will be sharing this coil basket I made in the fiber art realm with them to kind of give them the sense of what happens when you take this coil idea and wrap it round and round, and that when you perfect the simple technique of the coiling, then you can sort of break the rules and get extra creative with the coiling and what you do. So I think that the older kids might be interested in that. So I'm really excited to see how these guys take the technique and run with it to create this form. All right, guys, have a seat. Art ready positions in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Nice job, everybody. We have been talking about form. And form is one of the art elements. And we learned that you can use value to help you achieve form, right? And we were taking, essentially form is taking a shape, a flat shape, and making it dimensional, right? So these are all of our art elements, right? We've got shape, value, form, texture is another one. Today we're going to try to utilize these in a sculpture project using clay. Yeah, super fun. So here's our elements of art, right? So we talked about form. Form you could think of as sculpture, right? Things that are flat, like flat shapes, and making them 3D. So they have height, width, and depth. Okay, and things like value, when we're drawing, can help us to make a flat drawing look 3D, right? And we talked about that last week when we were using charcoal. So today we're going to create a vessel, something that holds something else, like a cup, a bowl. Over here, I have a clay mug that I brought actually from California with me. This was in my art office. Isn't it pretty? So it's got a handle. You probably, I don't know if I probably wouldn't drink out of this, but I think I held pencils in it. But look at this beautiful textured flower that was created on the surface of this. Okay, so this is called coiling, and this is a coil basket. And we are going to be taking this technique, and we're going to be using the idea of a coil, but we're going to make coils out of clay. But I wanted to show you using fiber, it's the same idea. Everybody's going to get a piece of cardboard with a flat disc on it. But this is going to be like your base. And this is also called a slab. Okay, so then you're going to get a slab of clay. You're going to get some extra clay to make your coils. And then you're going to get some clay tools. And we're going to share the tools at the tables. And there's some different types of tools. Now, what we need to do is something that you probably heard it of in sports, one of the words anyway. But the words are slip and score. And you guys probably, does anyone know what that means? What does that mean? Raise your hand if you think you know. What
score is like when you like you make marks in the clay, and then the slip is like almost glue. Like
good.
So
Great.
Make it stick to other clay better.
It's yes. So the slip is almost like the glue of the clay to make things stick and hold. And scoring is making these little lines in the clay, like the textured lines, so that it will also help things to stick. So we're going to talk a lot about that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to take your clay and work it in your hands. Get it going. Start to roll it. You can use it between your hands. You can use the board, the cardboard, and you're going to just start rolling. And you're going to want to get it kind of thin. So I start to use my fingers. I start to sort of spread them out. That's my technique. It helps. And then once you have a nice coil, take a tool that you can scratch and score with. Something like this fork would be great. And I'm going to go right around the edge. Not on the side of the slab, but right on the top edge. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to scratch in where I think this coil is going to go with the score lines. And additionally, I need to score what I'm attaching. So right here, and I'm kind of holding the slab as I go to steady it. And I'm scoring on the object I'm going to attach. Now here is a mix of like clay, water, and there's actually like softened clay there that you could kind of incorporate as well. But you're going to get some of this on your fingers. You're going to have to get messy today. And you're going to kind of gently just like get that wet with the slip. And then you're going to attach the coil that you did and press it in place like so. All right? Then you're going to repeat that process. Look what I'm doing. I'm additionally squeezing. I'm finding ways to make a coil. This coil is like a little more textured. So you can, this is different. I mean, normally I would roll out a smooth one, but I actually kind of like that. So I'm going to use that one next. So now I'm going to come over to here and I'm going to pick up where I left off. So right about here, I'm going to start to scratch in my score lines, as long as, actually, this one's pretty long. Now this might end up being long enough to go up on top of this one, which is eventually where I want to get to. So now I need to score my coil. And there's other tools you could use as well, like there's knives you could experiment with, like scratching with the texture of the knife might be enough. There's other tools you can experiment with. This one, it might be good to do the score lines with. Then you're going to take your slip. You're going to get it wet with this like clay glue. And you're going to start to press around the edge. Now look, this one is extra long. So I might need to go, now I have to overlap this coil I put on. So I'm going to have to go in with more scratch lines, more score lines. And get that to go up above. Now I'm going up higher. So this is where it starts to build up the wall, okay? So once you start to, you would continue here. You would continue here where you left off and keep going, okay? So another thing I wanted to share with you is this is air dry clay. So we don't have a kiln. So I tend to use air dry clay, which is fine. It works well too. But you really need to make sure you do good connection points. So like the slipping and scoring is good, but this is a technique I want to show you as well to make sure things really stay. Especially where there's like a crevice. We'll call that a crevice, like where this coil meets the slab. So right here, I'm going to take some of the clay from the coil and just see how I'm just like pressing it in. That's going to make sure like that it stays put. So you're going to want to do some stuff like that eventually and some smoothing. And maybe now might be a good time before the walls get like too high. All right, does anybody have any questions right now while I'm doing this? Okay, so additionally, you can, if you want, you could be doing smoothing like on the side. Like you don't have to have these like, you're going to have these like lines that show through. I know, I like how that looks too. So Sebastian is kind of on the same page with me, but some people might not, and they may want to like smooth this whole thing out with like a tool, and that's fine. And then like, you know, you may want to take texture like something like this. I wouldn't go too deep with this, but like something like this later, like when you're done even, I would do like designing, but like you may want to make some little like designy textured lines or something, like a pattern around the edge.
It turned out to be real.
Chris like bends over.
Rudy, what's your process? Are your coils just like on the smaller side, would you say?
Yeah. I feel like I was just trying to like.
No, I was gonna say, Callie, I really like the style that is emerging here. Would you say that's just naturally what happened and you followed it along?
Who's that?
cat.
It's a cat.
I love it. You're gonna have to give him a name at some point.
Timothy.
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 No, Claymathy.
Claymathy's good.
Oh, it's dry.
After you
Okay,
this thing is no longer going to be